screen test.
Yeah.
Take your pants off, son.
Stunt dick. I'm going for the part of stunt dick.
And his ass doubled.
Okay, I might need that later. All right, Ian, tell us what the last year's been like. Actually, I'm going to kneel here, so looking at. Tell us what the last year's been like for Big Rec.
Last year's has just been very busy.
About Christmas time, it really started to take off.
Yeah, but I think we're going to start to slow down as we get close to Christmas, you know. It'll be, I think we're just going to have a few scattered one-offs around the northeast of the states, and, you know, we should be done for the Christmas.
You've been to every corner of this area this year?
Oh, yeah, a few times.
What's it like? I know you've played in a band for a few years, but this has been like the real deal, eh?
Yeah, it has. I mean, this last, you know, tour with the Watchmen has just been great. It's been real, you know. Like we get catering and people do our laundry for us and stuff. It's great.
I noticed they're credited on your album. You've known them for a while?
Oh yeah, since like January, February of '95, we toured together. We became buds, you know. We've been friends ever since, and just sort of just seemed like the perfect thing to do, like most opportune time to do it, you know. So.
Tell me a little bit about how you ended up in Boston in a band. I understand you're from Toronto. I don't know when you left there.
I was born and raised in Toronto, and then when I finished high school, I just went to Boston to go to a music school down there, and you know, let the rest of these guys have, and started a band.
Is Boston a better place to start a band, you feel?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's actually it's different. Just the vibe and the scene, like the sort of, it's very cliquey. Toronto's very cliquey like that, but I find that they're a little more tolerant, you know, things like style and they're just it's you know, you can still be buddies after you get off stage kind of thing in Toronto, whereas Boston's a little more, you know, who are these guys? You know, they don't play this or that kind of music, so you know, just a different vibe.
So, describe the feeling of this triumphant return to Canada on this tour.
It's great. It's great, but we're known as a Boston band, you know, so it's a little bit.
For you though, I mean, it's got to be.
For me, it's nice, yeah, you know. For me, it's just very sweet. And I'm sure, you know, the Toronto shows will be that way. It'd just be great. So,
Homecoming of sorts.
Yeah. See a lot of old friends and whatnot.
So what are the plans for the band? Any recording planned anytime soon?
I don't know when exactly. I mean, the only date that we know roughly, that's almost certain, is that we want to have an album out like June or July of '99. So probably sometime in the new year we'll start. I mean, we just have tons and tons of material that you know, we can't wait to record, and that we're working out like every day at sound check and whatnot. So.
Well, the album's fantastic.
Thank you.
I've listened to it the last few days,
Right
non-stop. The thing with the late '90s, it seems, is it's really hard to get past that one big album. Because
well, I think that usually has to do with one big song.
Yeah. And
that usually has to do with either bands going into it prematurely or something like that, you know. I've never been worried about it. If you have that one great song, which a lot of bands these days have, then yeah, you're going to run into trouble on your second record, because it's like, if you don't have that one big song on it, you're screwed. If it's based more on the album, I think you're you know. I mean, that's the way we've done it. I can't wait to get in and work with it, you know. So, and it should be interesting. Maybe we will fall into that. Who knows, you know?
Well, it's something you could try to avoid. I mean, you've got to look at it differently the way things have gone, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not really something that concerns me. You know what I mean? I'm right, and they, you know, the big sort of what they always say is that, well, you have your whole life to write for your first album and only a few months to write for your second. It's like, that's not necessarily true in this case. I've been writing my whole life. I've been writing my whole life for all the albums we'll ever do, and it's just sort of an ongoing, like the stockpile just keeps growing and growing. So, you know, the you know, the 13 songs we used for that record. Sam, you want to give me a break here? I'm trying to. Look, don't make me come over there, man. Yeah, so you know, I'm not really that worried about it. We got more than enough material for 6 albums to come, and then we'll just keep writing and writing and writing.
You've been, I'm not 100% sure of your record sales, but I've got a feeling your per capita is better in Canada than the U.S.
Oh, per capita, definitely.
What do you think of that, or why do you feel that might have happened?
It's a different market, you know. Operates differently. It's a lot smaller. I think we might have even sold more records in the States than we have here, but here we're over platinum, you know. So.
No, I'm just gonna fix your mic there.
Oh.
You moved your coat there. It came off.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Thunder Bay, Canada in general, maybe more suited to your kind of music too.
Yeah, that and you know, less willing to sort of, you know, sheepishly follow wherever the gatekeepers are going to lead you. You know what I mean? Like in the industry, I mean, like radio and whatever they tell you to listen to. I think Canadians are a little less apt to, and probably because it's you know, a population thing, where it's easier to sort of follow whatever you think might be good, or I mean, I don't know. There are a million different avenues you can go down to try and explain that. Hey, I think it's great. I'm happy for it. Yeah, it is.
Does it best in Canada than anywhere else, and some of these other international acts, but Canada seems to be their home, their home away from home. And for you, I guess it's a different sort of home away from home.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to move back to Canada.
Do you?
I think that's what I'm looking to do soon. You know, move back to Toronto.
You convince these guys?
No.
Just you.
Yeah. Well, I'm the Canadian guy. You know,
Yeah,
so I figure I should just be home. It'd be nice to have a home.
Yeah.
So.
This is dedicated to Forrest's little fan club. This song from Boston.
Bye.